I've got a fantastic drill for you to iron out your backswing, get perfectly on plane, and also get the feel for the downswing too. We're going to start out by just gripping the club up by the head here and put it to the side of your body. Now this is going to kind of simulate, you notice how the shaft is leaning forward. That's about where I want the shaft lean when I'm addressing an iron shot. So a few degrees tilted forward like that. Now as I come back, I'm going to go ahead and make my swing to here by rotating my body. So you can see how my right knee starts to come back, my hip starts to open up a little bit, and I'm really using the big muscles of my body to rotate. And that's so important because if you want to have distance, we don't want to pick the club up with our hands and arms. And if I did that, you'd notice how this club would immediately come off the side of my body, and you'd see how my body isn't rotating at all. If I keep the club on the side of my body, the only way to move it back would be to rotate. So this forces you to rotate to get the backswing. And you can almost imagine if there's a laser shooting out of this club, it would be tracing the target line on the way back. And I'm going to rotate till I get to about 45 degrees in my shoulders. Then I can start to let it come off my body. So it's a great way, again, just to iron out a lot of things in there, get the big pieces moving like you need to if you're going to play good golf. From there, I'm going to go ahead and let that come off. The club is then going to point kind of halfway back to the butt end of the club pointing to the golf ball. As I go all the way back to about here, 3/4 of the way back, hands about shoulder height, I want to have it pointing down to the target line, and then I can eventually go to the top of the swing where again it's just going to be tracing all the way back. Just go as much as you can depending on how flexible you are. Now in the downswing, if I do a little squat and turn move, and again this is going to help me to get a ton of lag to where what I want to feel like is my weight shifts to the left. I let my body my knees come out a little bit wider. My chest is going to feel like it's going down to the ground. That's that squat move. And that's mostly to keep me in the posture. A lot of people think that they need to squat and then jump up into the air. You don't really have to do that. You're just trying to squat down so that you can stay in your posture. So I'm doing this little squat move. My hips are opening. But the key here is I want to feel like this butt end of the club stays pointing down to the target line anywhere in here. But I'm going to keep it pointing back as far as I can. You see, most players, when they start their downswing, what ends up happening is they start this downswing move and the club immediately starts pointing back up here somewhere. That would be me casting and losing lag. That would be me coming over the top with this right shoulder. So again, by just having this one key, you're going to be able to feel like I go ahead and squat, rotate my body open, and I'm feeling like the butt end of the club is staying back as far this direction as I can, as late as I can in the swing. Then from there, I'm going to rotate to impact. My right heel comes off the ground. Club's against the side of my body here. And again, that would simulate having shaft lean at impact. And then as I come all the way on through, instead of flipping my hands and smacking myself on the side, yes, there will be a little bit of the release of the wrist like that. But instead of doing that, what I want to feel like is I go ahead, this is a very foreign feeling to most people, but I want to get that club to release this way, almost like the club's turning that way and releasing. Or if I'm going from this direction, there's impact. As I come on through, the club's doing this, almost like like I'm waving my hand this way, that direction, versus flipping in this direction and smacking into my side. So shaft lean and impact, and then from here, I'm letting it rotate on around by doing that rather than flipping like that. So if you're casting, it helps with that. If you're not turning your body, this drill helps with that. If you need more lag, it helps with that. If you need to rotate better through impact and clear the body, well, you have to do that or the club's going to smack into your side. It's going to help with that. And then finally, helps teach you the release. So let's go through it one more time and kind of hit these key checkpoints. I know I covered a lot there, but it's really pretty simple. Step number one, put the club against your side. It's going to simulate a really good address position. I'm holding it almost down here by the head. Number two, I turn my shoulders to 45 while keeping the club on my body. Number three, I go ahead and then let the club set, and I let the butt end of the club trace the target line on the way back. As I start down, I squat and rotate open, trying to keep this pointing this direction as long as I can. 4, go to impact, shaft lean again, body's rotated open. 5, I let the club release this way versus that way. And that's really going to iron out a lot of the key checkpoints in your swing. Now I'm just gonna do that 4 or 5 times, get the feel for it, and I'm gonna repeat the same kind of feelings, now making a full swing. Let's give it a shot. There we go, not gonna hit one lump shorter than that. I'm here with my new Mevo Plus of the Pro package. I really like this device, much more affordable than most of the launch monitors, and hey, I hit some good positions there, hit a nice one. Now, one of the problems with this is when you start your downswing, remember we want that club to shallow out and this butt in the club to be down the target line. And what most people are doing is they have a move that you're not even aware of. And it's how you start your downswing. And if you do this move this way, it feels really powerful, but unfortunately, it steepens up the club. Then we have to stand up out of our posture. We have to cast and flip through impact, all the things that we don't want to do. And it's all stemming from that one move that you're probably not even aware of that starts the downswing. So I'm going to play a preview of a video that shows you exactly what that is and how to get rid of it. So even if you're trying to do all these pieces that we started here, until you get this right, that subconsciously may be sabotaging everything that you're doing. If you want to see the full video, all you need to do is go ahead, click one of the cards up in the top of your screen. If you don't see one of those cards, don't worry. Just go down to the link down below in the description. You can get instant access there. I can't wait to see you very soon in that video. Let me show you this downswing move, get you started on the right track, and just make it a whole heck of a lot easier for you. Let's get started. Bottom line is that if you pull this club down to ring that bell or pull the hands more from the inside, what's going to happen is you start to rush your downswing from that pulling, and that can throw off your sequence. And we all know that once your sequence gets off, that is going to be the root cause of all your problems. Now, maybe you're being outdriven way too often, or you're terribly inconsistent with your strikes. Some of your shots are heavy, some of them are thin, some of them are off the toe, and then the next ones are way off the heel. Now you end up way over in the trees, you're in the tall grass, or maybe even the hazards all day long, and it really comes down to this. Clay, how in the heck do we fix it? Well, there's some good news. Well, there's only 2 things that you need to learn. First, you need to learn to shallow the club rather than pulling the hands down and getting the shaft in this steep position. You see, there's another way that the pros do this, and once you start to get that club on this shallower plane, more from the inside, then you pair that up with the right way to square the club face. And once you put these 2 things together, everything starts to fit in your swing. Now your buddies will start to get a little bit jealous because you'll start hitting solid, longer drives, time after time, and round after round. Now I'm going to teach you this right now in what I call the E-slot technique. Let's walk through exactly how to do it. So here's what I want you to do. Go ahead and take a swing to the top and get in a really good position. I want you to feel like your weight is mostly shifted to your right side and that your hips and shoulders are nice and free. I don't want to be locked up here. I want my knees to move, my hips to move. And that's going to allow me to swing my shoulders very nicely. Now, one thing that most people get wrong when they swing to the top is they don't get this tilt away from the target. So instead of being straight up and down or leaning to the left, I want to be slightly tilted away in what I call the stable fluid spine in my top speed golf system. Okay, so now that you're at this great position at the top of the swing, what I want you to do is instead of pulling those arms straight down or ringing the bell, that's going to get the club shaft steep and get this elbow kind of flapping behind your body. I want you to do something very specific. I want you to take the tip of your elbow and move it in a specific way. Now, not this small bone on the inside of your elbow, but I want it to be right here at the tip, and here's what I want you to do.